Oh, I have no idea if that's going to help or not. Well, it doesn't look blurry to me now, but who the heck knows? If this is still blurry, there's nothing I can do. So, sorry, you guys. Oh. All right. If it's still blurry, I don't know. That's the chance you take when you live in the mountains. All right, so let's go back. These are the supplies you're going to need to make the little all around the house book, okay? 2 to 4 file folders. You're going to need I use this one and I have the big one. So I have this little Tim Holtz tonic cutter, which works just fine, and I have a giant tonic cutter. So if you don't have a paper cutter, you can use a scissors, a ruler, box cutter, or a sharp knife or something to cut your file folders, because you got to have something to cut it down. So don't tell me if it's blurry. There's nothing I can do. So then you're going to need some strong double-sided tape. This is what I use. I use score tape. Again, if you don't have this, if you have a glue stick, if you have a stapler, if you have regular old Scotch double-sided tape, use that. But this is what I use, okay? And I love this 3/8 inch width, but you can buy anything. I get no money from this, you guys. Somebody said you should get money from talking about this stuff. Okay, so double-sided tape. Next thing that I want to talk about, I cannot find anywhere, but hopefully by tomorrow I can. These are hole reinforcements, and we use them on the book right here. These are just the plain white ones that are a matte finish, and they're great because you can color them and stamp on them. But I had these, which are not a matte finish, they're shiny. And I tried stamping on it, and look, it's not drying because I don't have a StazOn ink pad. But if you want to stamp on your shiny hole reinforcements, you need a StazOn ink pad, okay? Otherwise, you do need hole reinforcements, because otherwise when you put this much fluffy stuff through this hole, it's going to rip the hole. So if you don't have hole reinforcements, but you do have a punch, that's a small round punch, you could put that down and then use your regular punch to punch a hole through it. Does that make sense? My friend Michelle Hamilton over at Girlfriends Make Art just did envelope books on her page, Girlfriends Make Art, and she showed you how to create those button and string envelopes. Oh my gosh, so cute. And she used just punches, circle punches. So go watch her videos as well. Yes, alcohol markers are fun, Kathy. I also use watercolor and colored pencil. And the video stopped again. Sorry. I gotta stop saying sorry because it ain't my fault. Then you need a regular old hole punch, just a regular 3/16 or 5/16, I'm sorry, hole punch, just a regular office supply hole punch, okay? Then you're gonna need ribbons, twines, and yarns. So I did all browns, and in each hole, because I have lots of yarn and I have ribbons from closing my store, looks like I used 3 or 4 pieces of each different kind. That has 3. So I just tied them through the hole. There are different yarns and different twines and different strings. So if you don't have any of that and you have turkey basting twine, use that. Use whatever you have in your house. Again, don't go outside. I mean, you can go outside and have a walk, but don't go to the store. Please, we all need to get healthy. If I can't see my mom for another 14, no, it's going to be 30 days. You guys, do it for me. Tell all your neighbors to stay home because they won't let me in the nursing home where she is, her memory care facility. Stay home and let's do projects. Okay, then I have scrapbook paper scraps because all the colors that I'm using are purples, blues, and greens because those are my colors, right? So get some scrapbook paper scraps. In this book, I did all browns and blacks. So I wanted to do something else. Oh, and somebody asked, should we take pictures? Oh, look, I use glue stick because my whole book is falling apart. This book will not fall apart. Somebody asked, should we take photographs and can we put photographs in it? This is your project, girls and boys. Do whatever you want. If you have a sprocket and can print pictures at home, great. If you have a printer, print them on, mine I just printed on regular old copy paper. I don't print on photo paper because I don't like it. It's too shiny. This is just copy paper, just cheap, Xerox paper. So that's how I like to print my photos. And I do have a printer at home, so I'll probably be using photographs because that helps your memory. Oh, that's a Jim Croce song, Photographs and Memories. All right, and then you need your collage elements. That would be this, kids. So if you haven't printed this out, it's gonna be in my book. If you don't want to use it and you just want to make the book, cool, no problem. All right, so let's do this. Ready? I'm gonna have to bring this up again because I want to show you how to cut everything. I hope it doesn't get blurry. We're gonna hope and pray, hope and pray. Okay, now I've lost my sheet that tells me the sizes. Might be here. Of course not. Where is it? Sometimes, luckily I can remember. So this is your file folder, right? Oh, where's that sheet? All right, this is your file folder. The first thing you want to do is, I'm still looking for my sheet with my numbers on it. You want to cut the edge off your file folder. Oh, Chandra has student conferences. I can't get any further over here for you guys to see it. So this is where your file folder opens, the edge part in the center. You just want to slice super skinny there so you have two pieces. So that's how much I took off. Just enough so that you can open your file folder. Does that make sense? All right. Where is that paper? Hold on 1 sec. I really want to find that because I spent a lot of time doing numbers this morning and I hate numbers. Doesn't matter, Lindsay. It really doesn't matter. All right, so then you're going to want to cut this to 8.5. So you want to cut your tab part off. Oh, I love this company. You want to cut your tab part off. The file folder part. Sorry, I'm on my camera there. This is the part I am not good at because I'm used to not having a computer and having the whole table to work at. Okay, so I've just cut off the tab part, right? That part. So now you have two, not quite full, but almost full, 8.5 by 11, but yeah, 8.5 by 11 sheets. But then you have these weird little indentations. If that doesn't bother you, you can leave them in, but I'm cutting mine off. So I have a teeny tiny one right here, and I want to trim that up. So I'm going to get rid of it right here. So now I've got 8.5 by, who knows, almost 11. But that doesn't matter because we're getting rid of that. So then we want to cut 8.5 by 4 1/4 pieces, right? So now, because we had two file folders, we have two 8.5 by 11 pieces. No, 8.5 by 4 1/4. I got two of them. So depending how big you want your book to be is how many pieces you want. So then this one, I can get another one out of 4 1/4, Lindsay. So I got 3 out of 2 file folders. And then I don't think I can get any more out of this one unless I really butcher it. No. So that's a scrap. And save these because you can make other stuff out of them. I have a whole pile here of scraps because I was trying to get this cut properly this morning. And then somehow my notes ran away. All right, so that's our paper cutter. Get rid of it because it's way too big for here. Oh, and the other thing I should tell you, not that it matters really, but all file folders are different colors. Some are darker manila, some are lighter manila, some are browner, some have patterns on them. All right. Questions? Yes, you need a paper cutter. Now you're going to want this one. Sorry. This is a paper scorer tool, Majiggy. So, what I did with this is I came over here to 3 3/4 because that's where you want to score. Michelle, help a girl out. I'm not good at this putting together things part. I'm good with lettering, but I really wanted to teach everybody how to make this book. So what I do is these are already scored. So what I did was I take one of my 8.5, let's write it down. 8.5 this way by 4 1/4 this way. And I cut 8 of them for my book, but you cut as many as you think you want. Yeah, a little dyslexic with our numbers, right, Carmelita? So then you're going to want to score at 3 3/4. And I put that tape there. See this tape? I put it here so that I know where to score it. I am not the sharpest tool in the shed. So score at, what did we say, 3 3/4. Okay? So when you fold it, you're going to have an extra little tab here. Let's do it again. I'm sorry about the interruptions on the computer. So if you don't have a score tool, you're going to have to get a ruler and a butter knife and score your own pages. And you can do this if you don't have file folders. I should have told you already. You could also do this with cardstock, in colorful cardstock if you wanted to. So, score another one. Right? And then we're going to fold it. So you're going to do 8 just like that. So, backing up again, since it just keeps starting and stopping. You're going to cut 8 pieces of your file folders into 4 1/4 by 8.5 pieces. Or you could cut cardstock if you don't have file folders. Then you're going to score them at 3 1/4 inches, this short way, the 4 1/4 way. I'm using a scoreboard, and if you don't have one, yeah, you're going to want one. Okay? Yes, and cardstock would be super cute. You don't have to do it out of a file folder because you could use all blacks or all blues or all greens or whatever. So then we're going to put this away. So once you get all these scored and cut, we're going to tape them together and create the book. Okay? There's we'll leave that up. So, with the magic of television, the audio volume is lower than before. Oh man, you guys. Hold on. My volume is all the way up now. Is that better? Sorry. Talk to me. All right. I'm sorry. Technology is not the coolest thing sometimes, especially when you're in the mountains. And it's snowing again for the 50 millionth time. Okay, so this is what we did. We cut 8 of these, right? Yes, thanks, Carmen. I'll stop touching it. Cut 8 of these. 8.5 by 4 1/4, either out of cardstock or file folders. I can't wait to see those of you guys that do one out of cardstock. Then you're going to score them all at 3 3/4 inches on the 8.5 by 8.5 side. Okay? Put that aside. With the magic of TV, here's our book. So I put these together, this one together this morning. I'm leaving 2 pages. So where your smaller sides go together, and your bigger sides go together, and you're gluing them together to create a little book. What do I mean by that? I'm glad you asked. So, pretend this book wasn't together. I've got score tape on it, and I'm going to put my tall sides together. Oh, except for some reason, yeah, there we go. I'm going to glue the tall sides together, right? And then I'm going to glue the short sides together. So in the book, you're going to have a tall, short, tall, short, tall, short for as many pages as you want to do. Hold on, Kathy says, all scored and cut. That's going to take me a long time. Maybe sequestered is a good thing. Yes, Kathy. Do we glue long sides together or two short sides together? Both, because it is a long page and a short page, right? And why do you do that? Because, and you can see it in this, here's the short page that goes to the long page. We're going to cut these corners and punch your hole, and that's your flip page, right? With me? With me? Good, because we're going to put it together. So, I've already got my score tape, which we talked about earlier. If you don't have any, I buy it by like 5 rolls at a time. It's the only way to do it. Most of the stuff that we use all the time that you find something that you love, buy a ton. Okay, so now big side to big side, got it? And I start from the bottom, and it is very hard to get it centered perfectly, so your book may not be perfect even though your score tool is. And don't try to pull it off. All right? Because see, it's not perfect there, but I can take my scissors because I am a perfectionist, and I'll just trim it. Nobody will ever know the difference. Okay? Then I'm doing the short side. Okay? Got it? Yes, Michelle Hamilton, score tape. No, you like that other glue. You like zip dry. It reminds you of rubber cement. I do watch your videos and I pay attention. I don't like zip dry because it dries up. I like score tape because it's always sticky. Okay, now you've got your short side, right? Short side to short side. And my book is complete. Do you see how that is? Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. And I could keep going. I could put more pages in it, but I used 1, 2, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8 pieces of file folder cut. Right? Got it? And it's not perfect. I don't know if you can see, but it's not perfect. All right. Next, what we're going to do is you put a short side to a long side. How can I tell you this easily? Hold on, I'm thinking. Don't rush me. Okay, we'll do it on this one. So however wide you want your cut edges to be, take a scrap one and cut one. Okay, so now you've got a cut edge, right? So now you're going to take that cut edge. You have to figure out the direction that it goes. That's going to be the trickier part. You place it, hopefully the color shows there. Place it here and cut it with your scissors. Don't lose it. Now you're going to take that one that you just cut, flip it upside down, and put it on the other side. Does that make sense? So now you have created your tag. So it looks like a tag. Got it? Next thing you're going to do is punch a hole. Tag. You're it. So then you have a long that is looking like a tag. Oh, and I really didn't center that, but guess what? Don't care. And a short, and then we have the long again. So now the easiest way, I think, to do this is just use your front one as your template and cut. and cut the other side. Got it? Who's with me? Corey, good girl, you're with me. And then punch and try to get it a little closer to center. But if you don't, oh, and punch it in far enough if you're going to use these hole reinforcers, which I'm going to find my white ones because I'm not fond of this grain. All right, can you use a corner punch? Patricia, of course you can. This is your project. You make it happy as you want it to be. I just wanted you to see the construction, the basic construction. Now we're going to cut this one, doing this. So as long as you have the basic measurements and construction, I mean, you can make it any size. You could do this with full-size file folders. It really doesn't matter because it is stinking cute when it is done. It doesn't matter. I can't tell you how long I've wanted to do this project, ever since Jen Pohl showed me how to do it. And she is not on Facebook, or I would give her mucho credit because she was the coolest teacher ever. She lives in Arizona now, or somewhere. I think Arizona. All right, cut this one. Everybody with me? Praise the Lord, and pass the potatoes. So let's go back to the beginning. Well, I'm going to fix some of these because I got skinnier as I went. But that's your book, right? That's the base book. And how do you do the binding? All you're going to do is get a piece of scrapbook paper or a piece of file folder. And you're just going to cut it about this size. Let's see how big mine is. We'll do it the right way. 3.5 inches. Is mine about 3.5 inches? No. Don't care. So figure out how wide it is. Oh, let's do it the right way, you guys. Let's do it how she did it. Come on, jeepers. Let's do this one. Cut it 3.5 inches. Is that right? Let's make sure. So, half and 1 and 3. We're gonna call it 4 inches. That's what we're calling it. Yep. And the book is how big? Again, I don't do anything very professionally. 4 1/4. I'll figure it out and then I'll show you. Calm down. Don't yell at me. You're not paying for this. Okay. That's going to be my spine, right? However, you don't want to put the spine on until you get most of your embellishments in because you could get it so full that you've got to make it a little bigger. But the premise of it would be you want to score it at 1.5 and 1.5 on either side. We're going to go 1 1/4. Just for shits and giggles. Oh, I cussed again. Kids, don't watch this video. It's what you learn when you don't go to school. Okay, this is a cool. Now, yeah, so you got to put all your stuff in first before you put your spine on because it's going to be super full. Then the spine is going to fill in the extra space, right? I'll work that out later. We'll talk about that tomorrow because maybe I'm wrong. So now you've got this all done and you're ready to create your book, right? Anybody lost? Because I will do it again before I sign off. And we're going to all work on our books separately and together. This is your project for the day. Who wants a tour of what's on my happy list? Does anybody? Because really, I don't feel that with how shaky the machine is that we really should be doing it. Don't do this because it's probably not going to work out. course I'm lost. Yes, you want a tour of my happy places? All right. I hope it doesn't get too shaky. Where's my list? I give up. Really? Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm going to take my phone off. Yes, just watch the video again and again, and I'll try to make it easier. Sorry. All right, I'm going to take you in my bedroom. I hope it's okay. It's really dark in here. I'm sorry. Here's my Mountain Man blanket. This is number 1 on my list. Cute, right? Okay, so that's number 1 on my list is my Mountain Man blanket. Stack of suitcases is number 2 on my list. I need a light on in here. I need a light everywhere. So there's my stack of suitcases. That is the second thing on my happy list. And what's in those, you might ask? You might add. All my stuff to go to craft shows, except for the stuff that I just made, which is on the floor and needs to go into the suitcases. So I love those because every person that comes in goes, what if there's an earthquake? Aren't they going to fall? We don't get earthquakes here. Number 1 and number 2, they're pretty secure. All right. The entry hall key hanger. I love this because it's where we hang our keys. And it just makes me happy because when it's clean, I'm going to take a picture of it. I just love it. So that's number 3. Oh, geez, we have to go in my bathroom. Here we are walking through Lindsay's house, going to the bathroom. Don't look at my husband's mess. Oh, they're so dusty. This is my tray of hearts. And I love, love, love my tray of hearts so much. Because I collect hearts of all kinds, right? So, oh, jeepers. I have bad things in my bathroom. This is where I put all my bad words. Then we're gonna scoot down to number 10 so I don't have to come in here again and show you my dusty shelf. This is my dusty shelf, and I love it because it has all kinds of super personal things for me and my husband here that are just about us, right? But can you see the cobwebs? It's so dusty. All right, let's see what else. No, is Curtis's Angel. Yeah, I have more hearts in places, but so my son was in a really bad car accident, and when he came out of it, he had a back brace, and so he was instructed to do something that was about him in an art class. So he created this angel out of recycled junk and stuff, and then it was at a Rotary Club or a VA art show or something, and you had to bid on it to get it. And I'm his parent, and of course it's coming home to me. And I figure I'll bid a couple dollars, $50, $100. It went for like $200. And it was a bidding war with me and my girlfriends. So I got it. All right, that's all downstairs. So that's Curtis's Angel. You guys saw my dusty shelf. Oh, here's my Viking shelf, but it's a mess. When I take the picture, I will make it better. So these are 2 Viking stamps that I created. And all my husband's favorite Viking stuff is on this shelf. And it is with all of our scrapbooks and stuff are all on these shelves. So if there's a fire ever, this is what we grab, everything on these shelves. I'm glad you think I'm funny. All right, we're going downstairs. Hopefully I don't kill myself. Look, there's my honey. Oh, he's so cute. Hey, how do I get my flashlight on? There I am in a glamour shot from 1980. Remember glamour shots, girls? All right. So, where are we here? Number 5 is my album cover wall. So, We took all of our albums out one day when our kids were teenagers and they wanted to know what kind of music we listened to. And we took them all out and we said, we're going to pick out our top 60 and put them on the wall. And it goes all the way around this room. No, not over there. Anyway, wherever there's a green stripe. So those are our top, I want to say there's 60 albums, and we told a story of why they were meaningful. Each one had meaning to us. My number one is, I have a number one and a number two. My number one is Emmylou Harris, and number two would be Graham Parsons. We are a big musical family. Okay, then, where are we? The slot car table. This is my husband's room. I'm going to be in so much trouble. So he plays with toys. And I'm going to have to pick out one to call my favorite. But this is his slot car room. And why do I love this mess of a mess? It's because it's his. And this is where he is all the time. See, there's his track. It's a mess. And I love him. And then Bailey's art. Oh, I don't think I can show Riley's cake stands. My oldest daughter is the most talented artist I know, quite honestly. But she's a teacher, and she doesn't do her art very much anymore. But that's one, and this is one that she did with newspaper, or book pages, I'm sorry. Okay. Then the last one, I think, is Riley's cake stands, but I think that she's packed them up. I don't know. Hold on. They used to be in here. No, my husband put them all away. Well, you don't get to see the cake stands. So, Dusty Shelf, Viking, Mountain Man, stack of suitcases. That's it, kids. Let's go back and look at the book, and then we'll be done. What a house! Yeah, it is quite that. There's our wall of family photos. There's my mama. Wait, there she is. Okay. They were founders of the Sierra Club, my mom and dad. All right, so here we are back at the table. Oh, sorry if that made you dizzy. I'm watching the tail end of it on my laptop. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we should have space for all of this in there because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So some you'll have to double up on, okay? All right. Yeah, there's lots of stuff you guys don't know about me and my mamacita. All right. So that's all I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to make you go make your book if you want to make your book. I'm actually going to make a second one out of cardstock because once I said that, I decided how cute would that be out of cute cardstock. And then we'll come back tomorrow. What are we doing tomorrow? I have no idea. Tomorrow is let's keep going. So tomorrow we're just going to keep going and doing what we're doing. And hopefully my internet's working better because it sucked today. I apologize. That's about it. So if you don't make your book and you don't want to make your book, at least get a nice piece of paper and make your list. What the most important thing to me is after you go around and you look at what's important to you and you find the things on your list, remember why they're important to you. Tell the stories about them. So don't just write blue bowl in the kitchen, but why is that one of your favorite things? What makes it so special to you? All right? Uh-oh, Kathy has to go put a roof on her chicken coop and she'll have to make her book later. That's so cute. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on my list. I think I'm going to change stuff actually right now because I think as I walked around the house, I found things that I'd like to take pictures of that are better than what I started off with. So that's it. Love you guys. It's been a fun hour. I really have to get to work. Adornit is going to fire me if I don't start really doing some work for them and stop playing with things for me. What kind of paper is the completed book made of? Oh, file folders. You missed the beginning video. File folders. Old, junky file folders. Not new, crisp file folders, old ones. Okay? So, yep. Everybody's answering. You knew, Connie. Everybody's answering you. All right, so I'm out of here. Go download your sheet and print it if you have a printer at home. If you don't, do it later. Don't leave your house. Don't go to the printer. Let's get rid of this damn virus and let's get back to our lives because I'm not sure I can do this another month. Yeah. Yep. So that's it. Have a great day and I'll talk to you soon. No, tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. And this will be in our units here. It'll be saved in the units here if you want to see it. Both videos, I'll put them together. See ya. Love ya.